Hello my dear students, how are you all? Welcome back to you all for online classes conducted by the prestigious Dr. Viswasai SRK School. And as you know that this is Srinivas, your English faculty. Well, and let me teach you today an interesting poem, and that is Unit 1 Reading B, My Mother. My Mother, this is the poem, first unit, and as per the theme of family. And here this famous poem was written by a renowned writer and well known for his Gitanjali, which is awarded for Nobel Peace Prize, is Rabindranath Tagore. As for the written language, we need to write R-A-B-I, Rabindranath Tagore. As for the pronunciation, we need to read Rabindranath Tagore according to Bengali, as per he is Bengali poet. Yes. And before going to start our poem, let me teach you with a quote is that mother is the first teacher for every child. As you all know that our mother is the first child. Okay, first teacher. My mother is the first teacher. We cannot forget my mother. But I don't know why in this poem the poet says that he cannot remember his mother at all. Do you forget your mother? Don't you remember your mother? You know, even me, I won't forget my mother. I always remember my mother. But I don't know why Rabindranath Tagore says in this poem is I cannot remember my mother. Before going to teach a poem, let me know about the poet. And Rabindranath Tagore, popularly known as Vishwakavi or Gurudev, he has two titles. He had two titles named Vishwakavi and also Gurudev. Yes, he was the founder of Santiniketan, an experimental school, and he is the founder of an experimental school which is named as Santiniketan. And he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature for his Gitanjali, and it is his famous collection of poems, and we can call the Song of Offerings Gitanjali. For that he received a Nobel Peace Prize also, Nobel Prize also. And each of his poem reflects Indian vision. Whatever he wrote the poem, he wrote with an Indian vision, how the Indian people are, and love towards his motherland. And he always write his poems and write his stories, write his whatever he wrote, and he shows his love towards his motherland, which is India, Mother India. She is a mother for all ours. Yes, and he is considered the voice of Indian heritage and spiritualism. And he is well renowned for his famous Indian heritage and also spiritualism. He is well known for his spiritualism. And he also the writer of our national anthem, which is called Janaganamana, and which is famous, as you all know that. And yes, let me go into the first stanza. And look at your textbooks, my dears. And if you had any doubt, you could and make a note of with a pen and pencil and ask me after completed our class, while during interaction classes conducted by us again and again. I cannot remember my mother. Here I means in the sense the poet Tagore, the poet Rabindranath Tagore. I cannot remember my mother, only sometimes in the midst of my play. And he said that I don't know my mother, I cannot remember my mother, only sometimes in the middle of my play. When I was playing, I remembered when that time only, otherwise I cannot remember my mother. What he said? He said that I don't know my mother, I cannot remember my mother. Right. And a tune seems to hover over my playthings, Whenever I play, my mother remains us in the air. Whenever I play, I thought that my mother is always remains in the air. A tune, whatever the tune that she used to hum while rocking the cradle. See, the tune of some song that she used to hum while rocking my cradle. You know, cradle means in the sense, this is a cradle. This is a cradle which was used to swing the people. Okay, na? Swing the childs. So yes, whenever she was rocking the cradle and she used to hum a song with her tune, like how the mothers are used in their during childhood days, and to make the child sleep peacefully, like that she is humming like that. Okay, na? And that is first stanza. Here first stanza, the author is hearing, and he used the sense imagination by the poet is hearing. He imagined that his mother is singing a song with a cute voice. Second stanza, I cannot remember my mother, but when in the early autumn morning. I cannot remember my mother at all. See, each and every stanza he started, I cannot remember my mother. Okay, na? And only when in the early autumn morning, when early autumn morning, autumn is in the sense season, when that season, early morning only I remember my mother, and the smell of shiuli flowers floats in the air. Shiuli means a small white or orange flowers that bloom in autumn. Only during the autumn season, shiuli flowers will blossom. And he remembered his mother like this, when the smell of shiuli flowers floats in the air with that senses, with using his senses like smell, he remembered his mother. The scent of the morning service in the temple comes to me as the scent of my mother. Whenever I heard the scent of that morning, the sounds, the offerings, the chantings in the temple and service in the temple, early morning, you know very well that if there is a temple, from early morning times we could hear the chantings of mantras from the temple. When that time only he remembered his mother, otherwise I cannot remember my mother. Of course I cannot remember my mother at all. I cannot remember my mother. Let's get into the third stanza, my dear. I cannot remember mother, only from my bedroom window I send my eyes into the blue of the distant sky. Here the poet is imagining that whenever I opened bedroom window, I sent my eyes into the distant sky to look my mother. He is imagining that. Eyes into the blue of distant sky. How much distant, how much the far away the sky is, and he used his eyes to watch his mother. It means in the sense he imagined his mother is there in the distant sky. And I feel that the stillness of my mother's gaze. Mother's gaze means mother's look, and he still feels that whenever I open my bedroom window, my mother is always watching me. I feel that feel whatever my mother felt on me. I feel the stillness of my mother. My mother cannot leave my bedroom window. It means in the sense she is always gazing on me. She is always peeping on me. She is always looking at me. Otherwise I cannot remember my mother. On my face has spread all over the sky. My face has spread all over the sky. Whenever I looked into the sky, I remembered my mother always. See, and this is the poem Rabindranath Tagore. It means in the sense, I cannot remember my mother in the sense means, he did not forget his mother. Without forgetting his mother, how he cannot remember the mother? So that's why he used the word. And moreover, and it gives a clear indication that his mother is no more. His mother is not there with him. His mother died. His mother passed away. His mother expired. That's why he is imagining getting back into his childhood that, and he explained everything to the people that I cannot remember my mother. It means in the sense, I won't forget my mother. And he used the three senses. Stanza 1 he used about hearing. Whatever he hearing song, he is hearing his mother's song whenever she is playing something. And the second stanza he used the sensory organ is smell. With the smell of, he remembered his mother a lot. And the third stanza he used the imagery sense organ is seeing, watching. He is watching his mother's gazeness from his bedroom window. These are the three imaginary sense imaginations by the poet, and this is a beautiful poem which tells that he did not forget his mother. It means in the sense he always remember his mother with these three imaginary sense organs. Yes dear, and after completed this, let's look into the 14th one. Here some important points are there, which is called figurative language. Very important. If we wanted to write poem, we must use this figurative language. Unless we use this figurative language, we cannot write a poem at all. First one, the use of the words to express meaning beyond the literal meaning of the words themselves is called figurative language. First one, imagery means language which describes something in detail using words to substitute for and create sensory stimulation including visual imagery and sound imagery. Whatever the imagination that we use to listen without using the normal words, which is called imagery. Imagery is the figurative language, which means imagination. And second one, for example, mother rocking the cradle, her child senses with eyes and ears. Clearly it indicates that. Second one, metaphor, and these are called figures of speech. However, we have in Telugu alankaralu, like that in English also we have figures of speech which is called alankaralu in Telugu. N number of figures of speech are there in English, more than 200. Okay na? So those are the figurative languages. Second one is metaphor, the comparison of two unlike things, two different things. When we took two different things by comparison without using like as are used, they are called metaphor. For example, he was a lion in the fight. He is a person, lion is an animal. See, these two are unlike things, different things, but we compared that he is a lion, he is like a lion. He is a lion in the battlefield. He fought like a lion. If we use like, it means different. Without using like, without using as, if we compare any person, it is called metaphor. And next one, for example, Harry was a lion in the fight. We compared two unlike things without using like as. Next, simile, a figure of speech involving in a comparison between unlike things using like, as, though. And for example, as cool as cucumber, as white as snow, life is just like an ice cream. Here life is a different thing, ice cream is a different thing. We compare life with an ice cream with using like. Life is like an ice cream. For example, he was lion in the battlefield. He, lion in the battlefield. I did not use any as or like. But if I use he was fought like a lion. Here if we use like, it means in the sense simile. Okay na? And last one, personification, giving non-human objects human characteristics. For example, the moon danced mournfully over the water. Here the moon is a non-living thing, but we gave human being objects like dancing. Do you think really the moon is dancing? We gave this moon to the human objects like dancing. Okay, like dancing. For example, the wave came like a great hand. The wave came like a great hand. Here the wave is comparison with a great hand. This is called personification. If we give human objects to non-living things, which is called personification, these are the figures of speech used by the poet in the poem My Mother. And read once clearly, thoroughly, line to line poem. If you had any doubt, make a note of important points and read the poem once again. And let us meet you in next class. I wish you a very happy and safety life. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, my dears.